Hi, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Morgan. Today we're making some marinara sauce. I'm following the ball book of home preserving for the seasoned tomato sauce recipe. As you prepped with me, I had 17 pounds of tomatoes that I just cored and quartered and threw into my roaster oven. I have about 3 more pounds of tomatoes that I had frozen that I found in my freezer when I was looking for my chopped onions. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw them in here. So I'm just gonna be doubling the recipe because the recipe calls for just 10 pounds. And these tomatoes I had frozen, they are already cored. I have grape tomatoes in here as well, but I'm not coring them. We need 5 cups of onion, 6 cloves of garlic, we need 3 teaspoons of dried oregano, but I'm just going to use my own Italian seasoning blend. 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of pepper, 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, and 4 bay leaves.
Here I am mixing in all the spices, trying to break up any of those frozen chunks that I can and have it all soften so it's easily blendable. So I removed the bay leaves once it had softened and took my immersion blender and blended everything all together. And this is what it looked like when everything was said and done. And I had forgotten to add sugar, so here I am adding 2 teaspoons of sugar to the tomatoes, and then I added the bay leaves back in to let it simmer some more. And I had taste tested it and I wanted to add some more flavors, so I added onion powder, some more Italian seasoning, and some garlic powder. And I tasted it after that and I was really happy with it. So I just let it simmer some more, trying to let some of that water evaporate, and then we will jar it up.
So I just pulled my jars out of the canner. I had them warming up. Now I'm gonna put 1/2 teaspoon of citric acid into my jars. The recipe calls for 1/4 teaspoon for a pint jar, so I'm just doubling it because I'm using quarts. All right, now to fill our jars. To 1/2 inch headspace. And if you don't have citric acid, which you can find that at your grocery store, or even like your farm and home store, like Rural Candy or Tractor Supply, you could use lemon juice. And for the recipe, it'd be 1 tablespoon for a pint, so you'd have to use 2 tablespoons for a quart. I got 7 quart jars out just because that's how many will fit into my canner. So I'm hoping this all fits into my jars. just a wet paper towel, get new lids on, get the rings on, and then get them in the canner. When it's canning season, I always make sure that I have a stockpile of lids ready to go, because just like that, I run out of lids. And if I didn't have any for backup, well, I'd just be out of luck then, because it's almost 8:30 and I would not be running to the store just for canning lids. And like always, just going to fingertip tight with our rings. All right, time to get these in the canner. Alright, I'm going to let this come up to a rolling boil. When it does, I'm going to set my timer for 45 minutes. Once it has processed, I will cut the heat, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then pull my jars out. The ball book says that pints should process for 35 minutes, so I'm just adding 10 minutes to that for my quart jars. Six quarts of homemade marinara sauce with one in the fridge that we just didn't quite have enough to make a full quart. So thank you for tagging along with me while we made this marinara sauce. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.